All right, let's talk about something that is absolutely essential in the world we live in today. Critical thinking. We're going to dive into some really powerful ideas to help you break away from the crowd and, really start thinking for yourself. But first, I want you to think about this for a second. When you were scrolling on your phone this morning, or when you formed an opinion about something in the news, whose thoughts were you really thinking? Were they actually yours, or were they just kind of put there? So all the concepts we're going to get into today are pulled from this fantastic book called Critical Thinking by Harvey Segler. It's basically a roadmap for building an independent mind. Whoa, okay, that's a pretty heavy quote from the book, right? A mindless substance. But it gets right to the heart of the problem. A lot of the time, we just float through our days being told what to think, what to care about, what to buy, and we never even stop to question it. I mean, just think about your average morning. The second you open your eyes, it's like a fire hose of information. You've got news alerts, endless social media feeds, ads popping up everywhere, and all of them are fighting for your attention, trying to shape what you believe. It's a lot. So, how in the world do you find an escape route from all that noise? Well, the answer is what we're here to talk about: critical thinking. Okay, I know, the official definition up here sounds a little academic. Don't let the fancy words throw you off. All it really means is that you stop taking information at face value. It's about looking at something from different angles, checking the evidence, and only then deciding what you believe. And this slide breaks it down perfectly. See, it's one thing to just see something, like when you're mindlessly scrolling past a headline, but critical thinking is about absorbing it, actually taking a second to process that information, figure out the context, and decide if it's even useful. It's the difference between being a passive passenger and grabbing the steering wheel of your own mind. All right, so how do we actually start doing this? Let's get practical. Here's a simple but really powerful little toolkit you can start using literally today to filter everything that comes your way. This 3-step reality check is going to be your new best friend. First, always ask, what's the motive here? Is someone trying to sell me an idea or a product? Second, look at the source. Is this coming from a credible place with actual proof, or is it just some random opinion someone shouted into the internet void? And third, and this is a sneaky one, watch out for this classic sales trick. Someone will say a bunch of obvious things you already agree with, to get you nodding along, before they hit you with the thing they actually want you to buy into. Don't fall for that. Now, let's take this toolkit and apply it somewhere we're constantly being manipulated: consumerism. It's time to stop being a target audience and start being a critical thinker. So here's the thing. Being part of a target audience basically means that somebody has identified you as a person who can be easily persuaded. Companies pour billions of dollars into crafting these perfect messages that are designed to completely bypass your logical brain and go straight for your emotions. This slide is like your secret weapon against all that manipulation. Seriously, before you make your next purchase, just hit pause and run through these questions. Wait, am I just buying this to impress somebody? Or how about this one? Am I actually happy right now without this thing? Just asking these simple questions forces you to use your critical mind instead of just your impulses. And look, this is about so much more than just being a smarter shopper. This is really about forging your own path in life by developing a truly independent mind. The book uses this incredibly powerful metaphor. If we don't think for ourselves, we're basically just part of a mindless herd, just following everybody else. Even if the whole herd is walking straight towards a cliff. It's a pretty stark warning, isn't it? But here's the amazing part. Critical thinking is the tool that lets you just step out of that line. It gives you the power to question the direction you're going, to really look at your beliefs, and to confidently choose your own path. You get to decide where you're going. So, I'll just leave you with this final thought. You now have the basic toolkit to start seeing the world in a completely different way, to challenge the things you're told, and to form your own independent opinions. The only question left is, what are you going to do with it?